don't have any hope. You don't have anything else. We are really not surviving.
Dr. Martin Luther King, the apostle of nonviolence in the civil rights movement, has been shot.
The investigation into the high school massacre is slow-moving and dangerous.
Seek TV. I'm about to get ready to do a very deep breakdown, and I want y'all to bear with me. Very deep breakdown on Marvin Hagler, who just died yesterday on 3/13. You know what I mean? March 13th. And I'm going to delve deep into this. First off, I want to just say RIP to the legend, Marvin Hagler. But I'm about to get ready to do a deep breakdown behind this whole symbolism behind this, y'all. And it's deep. And I want y'all to bear with me. And I am not reaching. I am giving y'all truth. You know what I'm saying? And first off, what I want to do is I want to start this off by basically using his boxing record. I was looking through his boxing record. And, you know, he has 67 fights. But I'm gonna really focus on this because it's real deep. Now, basically, I'm gonna take it back to 1984, right? What happened is he fought the fighter named Mustafa. Now, what's so deep about that, you already know Mustafa, the name anyway, means the chosen one, y'all. Now, I'm about to take it deep because Marvin's name anyway don't mean nothing but the friend of the sea. And then Hagler means nothing but basically like the one who lives by, you know, by the sea, basically like the one it's like a person who lives by like the hedge, you know what I mean? But I'm gonna delve deep into this because it's so deep. What I noticed that, and like I said, he fought the man named Mustafa. Now Mustafa means chosen one, right? And they fought at Madison Square Garden. And what's so deep about that, you already know Madison Square Garden was basically called like the Garden of Eden, you know, and they used to always say like when a garden was eaten, they referred to Madison Square Garden, and you know, like Madison Square Garden, it starts at 7th and 8th Avenues, and I think it's 31st through 33rd Streets. Now I looked at that, I said 7th, you already know the number of the Most High anyway, and then 33 representing the full consciousness, the death, resurrection. You know what I mean? And when you understand that, I looked at that, I was like, wow, because how he fought Mustafa in the land called Madison Square Garden. And then, you know, like I said, it was like the Garden of Eden. You know what I mean? Because hint, where they fought too, you already know Madison Square Garden is looked at as like a paradise. Hint why Central Park 5 have the aspect of it too. You can check out my Central Park 5 hoax video, and I broke this down about what this really represented, and it's deep. Because it's like Garden of Eden, like, you know, and hint why it's in the Big Apple, because that's in their way of basically like the foul and the true meeting, and basically saying that they make, you know, this land defiled, but it's they, you know what I mean? They basically mock everything of righteousness for their wicked intent. Let's just leave it at that. But his next fight was against Tommy Hearns. I'm actually gonna play a clip of it in a minute. But you know, Tommy Hearns, what's so deep about this, how I already said, they had the he fought against Mustafa, which means the chosen one, and how his name, Marvin Hagler's name, mean basically like the one who resides by the sea, practically is what it's saying. And I thought of that like the living waters, you know what I mean? The baptismal, you know what I mean? The crystal river of life in the kingdom, hint the whole aspect of sea fortress. But I'm gonna get deep onto this because Tommy Hearns, which is crazy, is because Tommy Hearns, he fought against you know, Marvin Hagler. Now you remember about the doubting Thomas in the scriptures, one of the 12 apostles. And you remember he basically said he don't want to believe on the resurrection until he basically see the marks of what happened. That's when he'll believe. You know what I mean? He was doubting the resurrection. Now I'm gonna play a clip from the fight and I'm gonna chime in. I'm about to take this deep, y'all. Bear with me. Pay attention to this. I just wanted to show that, you know what I mean? Like notice this. It's deep, y'all, because the next fight, he fought a man named John Mugabe. Now, here where I'm about to take this, y'all, because I said how the doubting Thomas, that represents, remember how I said the chosen one aspect, and then he fought the doubting Thomas, you know what I mean? And then now he fought a man named John Mugabe. and John Mugabe was from Uganda. You feel what I'm saying? And they fought in Caesar's place. And he fought Tommy Hearns in Caesar's place. I forgot to mention that. Caesar's place is basically nothing but like the rulership of Rome. You know what I mean? Of Caesar Augustus, who was basically ruling Rome during the time of the Messiah being born. You know what I mean? But when you look at the Caesar's palace, aka paradise, which is so deep because John Mugabe is from Uganda. You feel what I mean? And they called him the beast. You feel what I'm saying? John Mugabe was called the beast. And I'm about to take this real deep, y'all, because Revelation 13, as it's written, the beast was seen as a leopard. And basically he emerged from the sea, and the dragon gave him power and great authority. Now I'm about to take this deep because what's his name? John Mugabe is from Uganda. And when I thought about that, automatically, when you know about Uganda and Kenya, they border each other. You know what I'm saying? And when you know about the land of Wakanda on the movie Black Panther, remember Wakanda was in Kenya, basically Kenya. And that's practically like right there by Uganda. Now, what I'm about to do is delve deep into this because you see how I said the Doubting Thomas aspect represented nothing but the resurrection. Hence why they're in Rome, practically aka Rome, because of Caesar's palace. And then how he fights John Mugabe from Uganda. Now I'm about to tap deep into this because Barack Obama is from Kenya. And notice how which is right by Uganda. And you remember how he was about to punish the leader over in Uganda for trying to do anti-gay rights. That was back in like 2013, 14. Just look it up. He was trying to punish him. He said that if he signed that bill and he tried to do anti-gay, he was going to have to intervene into that. But basically, Obama, when you understand the role he's playing he's the Antichrist role, man. You know what I'm saying? Because when you look at this, which is so deep, remember I said that the beast shall emerge looking like a leopard. The leopard represents nothing but the multiculture. You know what I mean? Like it say a leopard cannot change its spots. The leopard represents nothing but being multicultural. See who you got in office right now. You have Joe Biden, who was Obama's vice president. And remember how Joe Biden right now is doing the whole transgenders in the sports, transhumanism, transgenderism in military. Everything is basically mixing, becoming one. You know what I'm saying? And I'm about to delve real deep into that because when you understand that, notice how Marvin Hagler defeated him at the defeating Thomas. You know what I mean? It's deep, y'all, because that represents the Messiah coming to destroy this kingdom. You know what I mean? Remember on the Black Panther movie, remember T'Challa basically brought the whole world together. Remember he led everyone into into Wakanda, and then that's when everything got destroyed. Remember, because he was like, oh yeah, I got all the resources. Everyone can come together and we can make a perfect world, a utopia basically. And what happened? It got destroyed by Thanos, representing nothing but the Most High coming to destroy it. You know what I'm saying? And which is so deep because what I noticed too, which is amazing because you remember Marvin Hagler had fought Roberto Duran. You know what I mean? I remember Roberto Duran, his name was called the Hands of Stone. Now Roberto anyway don't mean nothing but the bright one. You know what I'm saying? Hint the Messiah, the bright shining star, and the Hands of Stone because, and they called him Rocky too, which represents nothing as the Messiah as the Rock. You know what I mean? This is why, what's his name, was one of the greatest middleweight champions of all time, because when you look at the middleweight, that represents nothing but basically the Rock of the Messiah being exalted. You know what I mean? It's deep stuff, man. Being a mediator, the mediator, the bridge too. Hint the middleweight. He basically like the mediator. You get what I'm saying? You got to go through that aspect, like the middle aspect, to get to the high point of the Most High. But when you look at it in Matthew 21:42, the Messiah said, "Did ye never read in the scriptures, the stone which the builders rejected, the same is become the head of the corner? This is the Lord's doing. It is marvelous in our eyes." Remember, they call him Marvelous Marvin Hagler. And when you look at that too, the Hands of Stone. Notice that's why he fought him first in the remember the Fab Four boxing? That was Marvin Hagler's, like, I think one of the first fight against these guys was against Roberto Duran. Then he fought Tommy Hearns. Then he fought Sugar Ray Leonard. I'm about to get into this deep because that represents nothing but the building, aka the carpentry of the Messiah, man. You get where I'm going, and I'm about to take it deep, y'all, because Sugar Ray Leonard now, the name Leonard anyway don't mean nothing, but which is so deep. I'm about to delve real deep into this because the name Leonard don't mean nothing but the lion strength. And we already know about the whole aspect of the Lion of Judah. Do you get where I'm going with this? Hence why his name is Ray, because that's like the whole aspect of being a beacon of light, man. Aspect of the sugar, because when you understand the aspect of the sugar, that represents going from being spiritually bitter to being made sweet. As it's written, I would accept you with your sweet savor when I bring you out from the people and gather you out of the countries wherein ye have been scattered, and I will sanctify thee before the heathen. Notice why he had to fight Sugar Ray Leonard his last fight, and it actually was a draw, like really was a split decision. I'm sorry, because when you understand a split decision, that represents like the whole aspect of the 2-1. You know what I mean? Which is a deep aspect, and I'm about to tap into this because when you understand that, which is so deep, how Marvin Hagler, remember when they fought, when him and Sugar Ray Leonard fought, I think he had won 6 rounds, and then they said they had even 2 rounds, and then Ray Leonard won 4, but Ray Leonard ended up winning the fight anyway because they said he landed cleaner or more effective shots. You know what I mean? Like, pay attention to that whole aspect of that, like that split decision, because you already know about the Messiah, you know, the first time, you know what I mean? Then you got the time and flesh, and then you have that aspect now of literally bringing forth destruction in the new kingdom. Hence the whole aspect of the split decision. Do you get what I'm saying? The flood, the coming in flesh, and the destroying by fire, and bringing forth the new kingdom. Pay attention to that. That's why they had that split decision. And that's why that was Sugar Ray Leonard's last fight. And remember, he beat John Mugabe, like I was talking about going back to the Uganda. Remember, he beat John Mugabe in his 66th fight. And you know Marvin Hagler died at 66. This is deep, y'all. He died at 66. You know what I'm saying? And when you understand that too, in Leviticus, I believe it's Leviticus 12, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 12:5. When it says that the woman basically go through the whole aspect of purifying her blood when she give birth to a daughter for 66 days. Because, you know, when you give birth to a woman, that's like basically another vessel bringing forth more flesh. That's why she had to go through the 66-day cleansing. I'm sorry. Do you get where I'm going with this? You know what I'm saying? Notice that's why that was his 66th fight. You feel what I'm saying? And that's why he died at 66. And you remember they tried to say, oh, yeah, you know, you remember why they say, who was the one say he died? Tommy Hearns. Remember how I said about the whole aspect of the doubt in Thomas? Remember Tommy Hearns was the one saying he died. I don't like to say it because, you know, flagging, but, you know, he died because of taking the doses. You know what I'm saying? After he got the doses, you know, about everything already going on with this being sick. You feel me? Like, come on, man. You already know this year is the year of the Hall of Famers' death. You had Cicely Tyson. You had Hank Aaron. You had Larry King. The list goes on, man. You feel what I'm going? And notice that aspect of him defeating the Mugabe, because that represents this year is going to be a great year of transformation, man. Great year of judgment. You get where I'm going with this. Like, this stuff is real, y'all. And I'm about to take it even deeper than that, because he actually was an actor too. I'm going to play the clip of him beating Mugabe right quick, and then I'm going to chime on in.
Wings 2 over the top just for good measure, and he's got him hurt. He's got him hurt.
Man. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to keep it rolling, because he actually had a movie to prove my point. He had a movie called The Virtual Weapon, basically, where he was a cop and his partner had got blew up in an explosion or something like that. And what he did was he used he lived through cyberspace, and he basically was a hologram helping Marvin Hagler bring down a drug dealer. And remember when I was talking about the whole aspect of being a drug dealer, And why they use the aspect of the coke is because, you know, coke and everything, the brick by brick layer. Remember when I was talking about building the kingdom, building the satanic kingdom, building the Babel Tower brick by brick on my 1980s drug breakdown? And it's so deep because, you know, coke and everything messes with the brain, you know what I'm saying? It messes with the internal self. So that's like the spiritual self building their kingdom, man. Like, do you get where I'm going with this aspect? And then, like, I'm going to play this clip with a man. It's the hologram, because notice how Marvin Hagler, they basically bringing a drug dealer down because that represents nothing. The hologram aspect represents nothing but the spirit, the spiritual realm. Pay attention to this. Look at this.
Believe in him. Tell him you love him and you'll see him.
I love you.
That represents like the Holy Spirit, man, that hologram. Hence why he got to say, I love you. Remember the Most High, he said, love me with the whole mind, heart, soul, and body, man. And he should dwell with you and help you in the spiritual war, man.
You love me. Oh my God.
Hear why he said, oh my God. Come on, look at this. This stuff deep. And on this movie right here, the Indio, what he did was basically he was like a Rambo, where he was going basically to save the Amazon from being destroyed by the landscapers who was coming to tear down the wilderness. You know what I mean? To take the land from them. Pay attention to this.
The revolt. The jungle is shrinking.
He's here to build a highway through our jungle. It's paid by the mile.
And greed is spreading.
You had better start praying to your God that we finish the highway before the rainy season.
Here, only one man is mean enough.
I know many of us may die, but it is better to die than to live like slaves.
Mad enough.
Tell them the days of running and hiding are over. This is your land.
And tough enough to...
You see how he was coming to say he's playing a Messiah role, man. Hit those whole boxing matches, and that's why all of this stuff was so important, man. Like, people see it and they look at it like it's a joke, but it's like all in our face. It's just about who can see and who can't see. You know what I mean? And I just really wanted to touch on that, y'all. Like I said, I've been busy for a couple days. I didn't really get to put a video up, but I'm about to drop some heavy content, y'all. Stay tuned. Much more is coming. Peace.